Welcome, my fellow citizens. Today I want to show you the best settings for flight and also for combat in your game. So let's get started. Let's go to the options, and here we will start with the gaming settings. We will go through the list and show you what I think for me is the best. Now, I have collected this information from other YouTubers. I cannot credit them right now because I watched a lot of videos and find that which works for me best. So let's get started. The first thing is cinematic cameras. You can leave this on or turn it off as you like. Now, the very important thing to turn off is show hints. If you do not like it, disable it. Control hints also, I have disabled it. Now here, star map zoom speed. The default is 30, but you can play with this. I like to bring it a little bit down so it zoom out and zoom in slower. Now, this is very important to disable. Flight G safe, disable when boosting, and all of these things should be like this. Flight proximity assist defaults on, also turn it off. Flight speed limiter defaults on, turn it off. So what does the flight G-Safe do? It makes your ship a little bit sturdier, so if you're a new player it will be a little bit easier to control the ship, but if you are a player who's playing a lot of time, disable it. When you are boosting, your ship will be more maneuverable. Flight speed limiter defaults on. I will show you what that is. So if you follow my arrow, this here would be red, and you have to scroll it all the way up or down to select which speed you want to have. When it's default on, it is unlimited, and your ship will speed like this. When you press V, it will go until you let it go, and that's all you have to do. Flight proximity assist default on. Turn this off. That means when you are closing in on the station to land, your thrusters will have proximity assist, which I don't like, but if you like it, you can have it on. Flight space brake engage boost. This is very important. Let me show you. When you are flying like this and now you want to brake, press X. It brakes. Now look at the left side. The boost is enabled and my ship stopped. So if you want to have your ship stopping faster, turn this no. Next thing is flight coupled mode defaults on. I will leave this on. This is decoupled and coupled flight. Now what is that? Let me demonstrate. If you press V and go forward, as soon as you let V, your ship will start to brake. Look at your thrusters. Your ship is braking and you are stopping. So if you go, let's say, for the other side, while you are holding it, you are moving. When you let go, look, the other thrusters will turn on the other side and stop your ship in place. And this is default on. If you turn it off, then your ship will do this. Press F, V, and then it will go forward forever. It will not stop. The default keybind for this is C on your keyboard. So if you press C again, look at this, the thrusters are engaged and my ship is stopping again. If I turn the C off and press forward, I'm still flying. So decoupled mode is very important to learn to fly with. It's a little bit trickier, especially in atmosphere, because your ship will always has its momentum, because in space there is no air to brake you, and by the Newton law the force will continue in one direction until the other force applies on it. So when you press decoupled mode, you have to apply the force to stop your ship, and this is the result. Now, VJoy visibility, you can select this visibly only with mouse input or always or disabled, your choice. VJoy, show dead zone for mouse, yes. And now, all the VJoy here pull all the way to the left side. All of these things that you do not want to have in game. So for stability of your combat, use this all the way to the left side. You can just copy my settings if you want. Now next thing is very important. Pilot look ahead enabled, turn this to no. Pilot look ahead enabled, turn this no. And all of these things pull completely to the left side, so your pilot is stable and you don't move. So normally if this was all turned on, if you in the combat and you target ship like this one, your pilot will do this zoom and it will follow the movement. Now this is to try to mimic the behavior of the real space feeling or feel of G-forces in your cockpit, and yeah, it maybe looks cool but it's not useful in the game, and you can sometimes lose your opponent. You cannot see all of these settings down here that you need to see. It's much more desirable to have steady aim and you know where you fly and what you shoot. So leave this like this. Let's go back. The next thing that we want to take a look here is graphics. And one thing that is very important is I have another video all about graphics. I will link it somewhere here to watch, so I will not go into it, but field of view is very important. It will allow you to see more or less of your cockpit. Let me demonstrate. So right now I can see only front two hoods. So if you want to see more or have like a fisheye look, you will do this, pull it all the way to 110. Now I can see the down cockpits, but my view is a little bit fisheye, so I will turn it back to 103 or 100, whatever you like. I found that these settings work the best for me and my laptop, so yeah, try to find your best settings. Audio, because I'm making the videos, I always like to have my master volumes down and sound effects volume down and music volume also down, but you can leave all as it is. One very important thing that I didn't found anywhere on the internet, so I had to look and ask the players in the game, is this. If you have a microphone, you select your, for example, my microphone Fox, and then nobody still cannot, when I'm talking, nobody can hear me in the game, because this enable level activate voice transmission is turned to no. So if you do this to yes, now everyone in your proximity will hear you what you say. If you turn it to no, nobody will hear you. So that was very important for me. Now the controls. Mouse sensitivity. You can play around what works best for you. I like to have it around 20 to 30. This worked for me, and you don't have to change anything more. Now the key bindings, advanced control. Now one thing that I love to have on my F3, because it is an empty thing, is request landing. Put it, double click on it, and then double click, and then hit F3 if it says yes. And now every time I hit F3 in the proximity of the station, I will get automatically assigned hangar. Request cargo loading. Do the same thing. If you are annoyed with starting your quantum drive with the left mouse, here you can change this. I don't mind it, so I leave it here. Now next thing is also very important: cycle, mouse, mode, VJoy and relative. Now I've set this to caps lock. This is what this does. Right now you see this little arrow near my X that shows my movement. It's a little bit imprecise, but it's very good for the movement on your ship. If I hit caps lock, now my movements are very slow and precise. These are very good if you want to target something to turn your quantum drive and fly over there. Let me demonstrate. I'll turn my quantum drive. Now it's very hard to move this. Alright, here for example, it's very hard to hit this, to target this RKL5 that's flying around. When I hit caps lock, look at this, so precise movements, and then I can instantly fly there. That's very useful to have. Vehicle targeting, pin index, unpin, pin index to unpin. I have all turned this off. If you want to delete something, for example here, click on it and then right click on it and it will unbind this. Alright, and that is very useful for the next thing. So here is the precise targeting, max zoom. Now here is left alt button plus button 2. You can change to whatever free thing you have on your keyboard, and then when you want to zoom, you don't have to press alt then button 2 of the mouse. You can simply click your one button and it will instantly zoom. Now this is very important: vehicle power triangle assignment. So weapon set to max. Now that thing that we deleted before, we have freed for our numbers 1, 2 and 3. That was I think target cycling. We have disabled it, and now we have it free here. For weapons set to max, button 1, engines set to max, button 3, and shield set to max, button 2. Now let me demonstrate what this does. My triangle right now is in the middle. If I press 1, all the power to weapons. If I press 2, all the power to shield. If I press 3, all the power to engines. This is very useful. If you want to reset, press F8. Now this is also very important. If you go to vehicle weapons and scroll all the way down to gunner UI magnification to toggle, I put it to slash, this will happen. So for example, let's target this ship here. Okay, we have here. Now look at my target, it's so small, but if I hit slash, now it's big, and that is perfect for me. Look at this. Now I can easily target this ship and kill it if I want. Next thing that we'll also put on the slash is keybindings, advanced control. Now here, G-force safety on and off. I have selected the toggle and I put it on the slash. Now every time I press my slash, I will automatically either turn on the G-safe and make the targeting ship smaller, and by the next time I hit it, it will disable the G-safe and also increase your magnification, which is very useful and needed for you in the combat. Look how cool this is. Your ship is much more maneuverable when the G-safe is off, and it allows you to play very precise. Also, if you disable the decoupled mode, it will be even better with the C. Okay, let's stop it right now. Last thing that we are going to put on the slash is cycle fire mode, stagger and combine. Double press it and press slash. Yes. So now this is normal mode. Both of them fire at the same time. But when I press my slash, look at this. They are firing left, right, left, right. So if you have more weapons, this is very useful. Look at this. Very useful if you have very strong ship with a lot of weapons like Corsair and you're firing on a small ship like Gladius. So if you fire, for example, in a normal mode, and if you hit the Gladius, it will knock the shield down and not kill the Gladius. But if you have, of course, powerful weapons and you hit Gladius in a stagger mode, every hit counts for itself. So maybe 2 to 3 weapons will turn the shield off and the other weapons will kill it. So it's very useful to have weapons in a staggered mode. So these are the settings that I basically like to use and have in my games. This helps me to use the maximum of the game, and so far I really like it. If you have suggestion for me, something that I could improve or maybe add to my gameplay, please write down in the comments. Also write down if this helps you or not. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share. And until next video, have fun out there, citizens.